Okay, so for question 7, correct? What you need to do is you really need to use your graphic calculator to help you. So you key in. Then you look at the X that I give you, correct? So what you can do is you go to the window. Okay, you go to window. Then you start to set your X minimum as 0 and your X maximum as 10. Then after that, you go to your zoom. You really have to use your graphic calculator to help you, okay? You go to your zoom, then you select zoom fit. Okay? Then you will get the 2 graphs. Then you try to sketch the 2 graphs on the axis given, correct? You can find the coordinates of the stationary point, yeah, for each of them. Then you will know how high it goes. So for fx, can someone tell me what is the stationary point for fx? The maximum, the coordinate of the maximum point. Anyone have that value? Just to check whether you get it correctly or not. The maximum point. Can someone give me? You have your tri-exam paper with you, correct? So every time when you sketch the graph, the maximum point is very important. Yeah, or the minimum point, I don't know. Can someone give me the coordinate of the maximum point for fx? Hello? And none of you have booklet 2. Chien?
Is it 2 and 0.54?
Yeah, yes, you are right. So 2 and 0.541, all right? Okay, how about gx? Chien? Do you have that in your answer?
Sorry, I was muted. 3 and 1.34, is it?
3 and yes, 1.34. Okay, so you got all these already, correct? So then for part A, correct? Okay, for part A, first of all, you do this first. You get all the point, then you sketch the graph. So why I say you have to get the inflection point because the turning point, because that will give you a judgment how high you should go. Because I got give you 0.5, correct? Yeah, 0.5, so it's around here. So you see for fx, correct? It go in this way. Then after that, it turn concave. Then after that, it turn convex, roughly like that. So there's 2 inflection point here. So that's why you have to mark clearly around that. So this is your y equal to fx. So if you have the coordinate of the maximum point, correct, then you can roughly judge. Yeah. Then for gx, correct, so it's 3, this is 1, here is 2, then here is 3. So it's about 1.3. So 1 is here. So 1.3 is around here. So you put the mark and the graph will go in this way. I think so. There's an inflection point and there is another inflection point further away. Correct? So there's 2 inflection point here. You look at where the shape of the graph go, change. So here is 3 and 1.34. So if you got it all like that, so you will get 4 marks. 2 marks for the graph, 2 marks for the inflection point. Are you okay? Y equal to gx, this one. So you have to label the graph. Yep. So you can use your calculator to give you the rough sketch of the graph by doing that. Okay, now to do part B. Okay, to do part B, what you need to do is, this is how to do, use your GC to do part A. Then you transfer all the answer into here, then you get all your full 4 marks. Yep. So to do part B, what you need to do is, you don't, okay, so you have your Y1 already. Make sure this is highlighted because your Y1 is your fx. Correct? Okay, so your Y2, make sure this is unhighlighted because I don't want that to disturb me. Or I can even don't want this to disturb me also. So I unhighlight both. Hello, are you with me? I make sure these two equations is not highlighted. Okay, let me erase it first. Do you know what am I trying to do? The next step? Okay, so make sure Y1 and Y2 both are not highlighted. So the graph I want now is the graph that, because if I want to find the coordinate x of the inflection point for fx, correct, I must go to what? Okay, if this is my fx, how will my f prime x look like? So my f prime x will cut to this point. Am I right? So I use green for f prime x. So it will cut through this point. This is going up, correct? So the graph will go like that. Then this is going down, so the graph of f prime x will be negative. So this will be my y equal to f prime x graph. Agree with me? So I will be able to get the x coordinate of the turning point. So this is also the x coordinate of the inflection point. So what I want to do is, now I want to plot the graph of y3, which is d over dx y1 x equal to x. Okay, do you know how to call out this part? Do you know how to call out this part? Yeah? Wan Xuan?
Yes.
Do you know how to call out this part? D dx y1 x equal to x? From your graphic calculator?
Can you repeat again?
I want to type this into my graphic calculator, how to do it.
Or this one, y equals, then type at the y3.
Yeah, I know y3, then how to get d over dx out? How to get this one? You don't type in one. You have to call out this from somewhere. Can you tell me where to call it?
Yeah.
Wan Xuan?
Yes.
I just wonder how you all do your try exam paper.
Press max and go to 8.
Yeah, you are right. So I just want to know, make sure everyone know. You press math and select and derive, correct? Yeah. So this is number 8, is it, Wan Xuan?
Yeah.
Then you just key in the y1, you know how to call out already. Okay, so now, then after that, the window is the same, then you do a zoom fit. Then you find the coordinates of this turning point. Okay, I just want the x coordinate. So this is from your GC. So the way I answer for part B, so I will say x is equal to what first? So after you get the x, hello? Can someone give me what is the x coordinate of the maximum point of y equal to f prime x? I hope you all got do. Cindy, did you do? For your try exam? X1. I want to know X1.
Yes, but I don't think my answer is correct.
Why you didn't tell me how you know that your answer is not correct? You are so confident your answer is not correct. How can?
Because my one first one is 0.98 and y value is 0.35.
So it's not correct. It's not correct. Really not correct. Okay, never mind. So now you try to get it, see whether you can get it correctly or not. Do you know how to get the turning point or not?
Yeah, just move the circle.
You go to second trace, you select maximum, left bound, right bound. You just plot your Y3, make sure only Y3 is highlighted. Don't let others disturb you. So this question is really test your calculator skill, understand or not? If without calculator, you really cannot do this one. You are going to kill yourself for it if you do algebraically. So try see whether you can get the correct answer or not for the X1, for the lower one, lower X. EJ, you got the correct one or not? Can I have the answer for the first one? The X. Okay, yeah. So that is 0.586. So this is the X coordinate here, but the Y coordinate you cannot get from the green graph. That is the rate of change. So if I want to know the Y coordinate, what I need to do, I need to key this into my, that means I need to key this into my Y1. So I have to put, yeah, second mode come out, then I do this one. So what is the answer? Ethan, what is your answer? When X equal to 0.586, what is your Y?
Y is.
What is your fx? From your exam paper, you just tell me your answer.
It's 0.191.
0.191. Yes, you are right. So that is the correct answer. 0.191. So, sorry, not 191. So the first point will be this one, the first inflection point. So all is using calculator. No, so as long as you write this answer. Okay, I will give you 1 mark. Then another point will be X equal to, okay, that will be the second point here. You go to graph again, you put second trace, then you select minimum, then you get the answer. Yeah. Brandon, do you have that answer in your graphic, your exam paper? Can I have the answer?
I got 3.414.
Yeah, you are right, 3.414. So the Y, you have to get it from your fx again. Yeah. So this Y is not from here, 414. So yes, Brandon, what do you get?
0.384.
Yeah, you are right. You see? So this is to test your graphic calculator skill. So you write this answer, I give you full mark. So this is my working to show it to you how I get the answer. Exam, you don't have to show me how you get the answer. It's fine. So you get another mark here. Are you okay? So how to use a graphic calculator to help you to get the coordinate X of the inflection point of a given function. This is the way to do it. Just the coordinate X. Clear? Hello? Are you okay? Any question you want to ask? So that's why you see the space I give you is only 4 lines, because all are calculator. Okay, please learn up, especially calculus. Your calculator skill must be there. Okay, so can I move to part C? Okay, part C is really test your algebraic skill already. So part C, we are talking about, I give you another function, we call hx. So the difference between hx, gx, and fx is where? Is the x to the power of n, correct? So now in order to find the f prime, h prime x, what rule must I use? What rule must I use? Yeah. Jasin, Kang Jasin. Rachel, I hope you are in my class. Every time I call you, you are not there. Jasin, Kang Jasin.
Yes,
What rule must I use? Can you please tell me?
product rule.
Product rule. Yes, you are right. So you see whether Miss Do did it correctly or not. Do it correctly or not. Product rule. Okay. So everyone. All right. Plus U V prime. Correct? Okay. Now is your skill. Okay. How are we going to factorize it? So you look, when you factorize, you take out the common factor first. You can do it step by step. So this is, for this case, the question 1 h double prime x. So it's up to individual. You want to factorize it and do it, or you want to continue to what should I say? Continue to differentiate two parts using product rule, also can. So I'm not going to reframe you. So for me, I will prefer to factorize first. So this will be e to the power negative x to the power n plus n x to the power n minus 1. Okay, I will just stop here. I will not factorize further, because if I factorize further, then I will have a product of 3 functions. If I factorize further, like for example, I take out x to the power n, okay, minus 1, then I will have product of 3 functions. That is not good. Okay, I have a product of 3 functions, then that is not good. So you have product of 3 functions. So I will leave it like that, as a product of 2 functions before I go to the next one. So this one is not encouraged, because product rule, we only use products for 2 functions. Are you clear? Okay, so then I go use products rule again. Okay, so same thing. V U prime. So this one you have to be very careful. Plus V U prime, like V prime. So when you talk about V prime, so we use the simple rule. Yeah, so we bring down the power, take away 1, plus bring down the power, you just write patiently. Power take away 1, so become minus 2. Okay, so we just stay first. Okay, so now same thing. Factorize. Okay, so when you come to this stage, Okay, the whole thing, I give you 3 marks, correct? Okay, I just want to let you know how I do the marking. You get this correct, right? You get 1 mark. You get this correct, you get another mark. So the final answer, what you need to do is, if you really don't know how to simplify, at least you take out your this one. Are you clear? Then this one, -1, and this one you multiply in, so you have x to the power n minus n x to the power n minus 1. Here, minus n x to the power n minus 1 plus n minus 1 x to the power n minus 2. Okay. So now the next step, what you can do is, because if you look at the question, what they take out x to the power n minus 2, correct? Okay, actually, if you don't know how to take out, you just write down the answer. We will not deduct your mark. So look, if I take out x minus 2, correct? So this is x to the power n. So here will be x squared. Hello, are you clear? And this one become minus 2x, 2nx. So this is 2nx. You just write down whatever you have. Okay, then this one become plus n minus 1. That's it. So this, if you write down this step, doesn't mean I'm going to give you. So I'm going to give you mark on here. So that's why we only give you 3 marks. Okay. So when you decide from this step to this step, you decide, your decision is very important. Always remember, products rule only for 2 functions. So do you know why we only give you 3 marks? Because if we don't ask you to show, then you cannot do the next part. You get what I mean? So we definitely will ask you to show, so that even if you cannot show until here, at least you can get the mark for the second part. So that is what Say's question is very good. So it doesn't mean that you cannot show, you cannot continue with the second one. So you still can continue with the second part of it. Are you clear? So sometimes you have to be smart enough to know what to write and how to write. Yeah. So second part, the question is, hence show that y equal to hx for x greater than 2 always has 2 distinct points of inflection. So look, we know that the moment you talk about point of inflection, that imply what? We just learned it. H double prime x must be 0. So we know that, yeah, e to the power negative x cannot be 0, correct? E to the power negative x equal to 0. This one we write impossible. If you want to give a good communication, you communicate like that. You write down this one first, then you write down impossible. If you don't want to write down impossible, you say no solution. So x is greater than 0. So therefore, xn minus 2 equal to 0 also is impossible. All right? So therefore, x squared minus 2nx plus n minus 1 equal to 0. So this is a quadratic, correct? If we want to show that there is always 2 solutions, so what should we do? We know that n is always greater than 0. So what should we do? We show the b squared minus 4ac. Yes. So I told you already, very important for quadratic. So my b is negative 2n squared minus 4ac. Okay, so 4n squared minus 4n n minus 1. So this is 4n squared minus 4n squared plus 4n. So 4n is greater than 0. So therefore shown. Right? So you have two real root there. So therefore, we say x squared minus 2nx plus n minus 1 equal to 0 always has two real roots. So therefore, has two solutions. Okay? Got it? So this part of b squared minus 4ac is equally important. Can or not? So any question on question 7? So far, how is your mark go? Okay, so we yes.
For question 7, right, I used the whole quadratic formula to show that it's more than 0. Is it still accepted?
I know you can. You want to find the solution, you use x equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, correct?
Yes, correct.
I will not say it's wrong. But what for you go through that trouble? My
It's all I could think of.
Huh?
It's all I could think of at that time.
Yeah, I know. So next time if they want you to show, it's not to find the solution. We try not to use the formula. So you can save a lot of time for other things. Are you clear? So I will not mark you wrong. I will still give you the mark.
Okay.
Yeah. What happened? Someone say. Why you surprised? I tell you, whenever your solution involve quadratic, correct? We definitely will ask you to do that. Yeah, we ask you to show. You definitely, when part of it is quadratic, definitely you have to use b squared minus 4ac. So that is a very important fact that all of us have to put the notes in our 4 pages handwritten notes. This is all for show question. Show something, show something. Are you clear? Okay. So shall we go to question 10? Yeah. So I go to question 10. Okay, if you have a look at question 10, this is to test you on, okay. The first part of question 10, they said calculate the probability. So this question, we combine what? Combine what? It's a combination between two topics. What are the two topics? Hello. Can anyone tell me? Question 10. Hello, please speak. Probability. For probability for which one? Continuous function. Chapter, which chapter? Which chapter? Which chapter you tell me? Question 10 is which chapter? Because that chapter also involve integration, correct? Which chapter? Everyone turn to that chapter. That is chapter 8. So question 10 all is under chapter 8. And integration. So when you talk about chapter 8, when you talk about continuous random variable, all right? First, they will give you the probability density function. So fx is the probability density function. So first of all, what you need to talk about is when we talk about probability density function, this is probability density function. So always remember for first thing, for all value of x, fx must be greater than 0. Probability density can never be negative. Second thing, sum of, I don't know what is the limit given. Okay, fx dx must be equal to 1. From what limit? Okay, up to the question given, the limit, okay? The domain for x, so it can be from A to B or whatsoever. So total probability density must be equal to 1. Correct? Then we know that probability. So if I want probability, third thing, if I want you to find the probability that x is between a value of A and B, so what you need to do, you need to integrate from A to B, fx dx. Am I right? Hello? And you also know that probability of x equal to a number. What is the answer? What is the answer? The answer is 0. So whether got equal sign or no equal sign for this case, it doesn't matter. Probability for a particular value of a continuous variable to happen is 0. Okay? Then another one is, you want to find the mean. What is mean? What do you mean by mean? Expected outcome. Right? And we use E to represent it. So how to count? So it will be integrate, depend on the limit, depend on the function given. Okay, x, fx, dx. Fifth, standard deviation. Okay, so if we want to find standard deviation, we have to square root, integrate x squared fx dx, take away mean square. Okay, the probability density function given can be 1, can be 2, can be how many parts, I don't know. Please refer to your SAT file. Right? Hello? You get me? So what else? What else? Another one. Who can tell me? You also may require to find median. Yeah, thank you. You may also require to find median. So whenever we want to find median, we must always remember, start from the lowest value of x. I don't know what is it. So median mean 50%. Okay, half. So that means the probability for a number, okay, maybe you start with 0 to the median for the probability density function dx. The answer must be, m is a median, 0.5. So you can use this, you can use solver to help you, unless the question asks for exact value, then you have to integrate. Still remember how I teach you how to use solver? Yeah. So please learn how to use solver. You can use solver to help you to do it. Yep. So this is under this question 10. So if you have that, then you will be able to do. Yeah. So can I go to question 10 now? Okay. So question 10, the first part A. So the question asks you calculate the probability that a random chosen individual speed is between 0 to 10 minutes in the entire queue. So 0 to 10. So that means I'm looking for probability x between 0 to 10. Yeah. So you have to integrate from 0 to 10, the function dt. You can use your graphic calculator. Actually, you should write the one on the right hand side first. Then you write. Okay. Can someone give me your answer? Amali, you have your answer?
Yeah. 0.39346.
Yeah, yes, you are right. So is approximately 0.393. Yeah, 3 significant figure. Okay, so answer for part A done. You use your calculator, use FNINT. So what you need to do is, whenever you do this one, same thing, you go to your GC, you key in your Y1 as, what is the function? Okay, 0.05 e to the power negative 0.05t. Okay, 5x. Then you key in, then you just call out Y1 and FNINT, then you get the answer. Are you okay? Okay, then part 2. Part 2, the question wants you to write down. Okay, on the graph above, draw the representation of your answer. So this is the graph. So actually integration means area bounded by the curve, correct? So you go to 10, then you shape. So this is your part 2 answer. You will get 1 mark. So for part 1, you will get 2 marks by writing this and the answer. This one you get 1 mark. So this question is quite easy to get the mark. Okay, then part B. Now part B, they say calculate the probability that 60 minutes for the entire queue, less than 60 minutes. So when you say less than 60 minutes, that means is you are looking for probability x definitely greater than 0, the time definitely greater than 0. In this case, you should write t if you want to, and less than 60. So what you need to do is you write down integrate 0 to 60, yeah, ft dt. You don't want to write down the formula, you can just write down ft. So you use your calculator and get the answer again. Yeah. Cindy, what is the answer?
0.980.
98.
Yeah.
Is it 98
980.
class? 98 or 95? I hope I'm right. Or I'm wrong. Is it 98 or 95? 95. Cindy, 95. you look at your function, do you?
I wrote down only.
Oh, you wrote down wrongly. Okay, 95. So be very careful, 95021. So it's approximately 0.950. Three significant figure, okay? Class? So now you look at the second part. Of 200 individuals who enter the stadium, how many does the model predict spend more than 60 minutes in their entire queue? So when this is spend less than, correct? So probability of X more than 60 minutes, it will be 1 minus 0.95. Am I right? So it will be 0.05. So therefore, the number, it will take 200 times 0.05. So there are 10 individuals, 10 people. Will have to wait more than 60 minutes. Are you okay? Hello? So this question actually is not difficult. Okay, see, describe one limitation of using this function. What is the limitation of using this function? What is the limitation for this function? You see the waiting time, can it be equal to 0? The probability density? There is no limit to the waiting time, correct? It can go on and on without limit. Am I right? There isn't an ending for the waiting time. Is there an ending for the waiting time? No, there's no ending for the waiting time. Okay, the waiting time can last for days. So this model has a limitation. So how are we going to make it? There's no limitation. So you try to integrate. If you integrate, hello. If you integrate from 0 to 60 minutes is 1 hour. So one day, 24 times 60 times 60. You see whether you will get 1 or not, or close to 1. That is the meaning. There isn't an ending for the waiting time. So the answer for part C is there isn't an ending for the waiting time. So the waiting time can last for days. That's why this model has this limitation. Okay. So we go to the next part. D. Okay, so now you look at D, they want you to find the exact value of B. They say it is a management policy once inside the stadium, all individuals who spend time in the queue to buy food must serve within 20 minutes. The probability of an individual spending times in the food queue can be modeled by the probability density function. So now, okay, so the probability density function for this case is GT equal to B e to the power of negative 0.05 t. So now, the limit is, so I must say that from 0 to 20, GT dt. What must be the answer? What must be the answer? Must be equal to what? Yes? Must be equal to what? Must be equal to, someone have given me the answer, must be equal to, yes, must be equal to 1. So now you integrate. Okay, when you have b multiplied by an exponential term, zero to 20, actually I can take the b out, right? Then I integrate this. Integrate e, you write down e. Then you write down the coefficient of t, am I right? 0 to 20 equal to 1. Yep. So now you work it out. You put your t equal to 0 and your t equal to, okay, 1 divided by negative 0.005 is what? 20, am I right? So before I substitute, I turn this into a, I just take my calculator, I divide 1 divided by negative 0.05. Do you get 20? You get 20, So can I just write this as 20 negative 20 over, because this is negative. So e to the power of 0.05 times 20, what do you get? You get 1. Take away negative 20, e to the power of 0. Yep, equal to 1. Like that, you work out your b. Yeah, so this one will be b. Here, e to the power of 0 is 1. So it's 1 minus 20, 20 minus 20 over e equal to 1. Okay, so if you want to do it further, that will be b 20e minus 20 divided by e. Okay, so therefore, that is equal to 1. So your b will be equal to e over 20e minus 20. That's it. So how we allocate you with the mark? So you write this correctly, you get 1 mark. You integrate correctly, you get 1 mark. You substitute correctly, you want to sub in here or sub in here, your choice, you get 1 mark. Then your final answer, you get 1 mark. Are you okay? Okay, can I go to the next part? Okay, next part, they say on the axis on page 8, sketch the graph of y equal to gx. Actually, this is page 9. Page actually is on page page 8. Yeah. So you sketch the gx. The gx should be a bit higher up. Am I right? This is your gx. Am I right? So you tell me what is the x-intercept and go higher up. So that is for gx. And make sure your gx stop at what? 20. You cannot go further than that. Okay, then you get 2 marks. Okay, then the final answer. They say, is the probability of an individual spending between 0 and 10 minutes in the food queue greater or less than the probability on an individual for the entry queue? Give a reason for your answer. Okay, which one? Take longer. Can someone give me the answer for part F? The green one, the red one is for the food queue. Yeah. Can someone give me the answer? Hello? Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is more probable that an individual spends between 0 and 10 minutes in the food queue as the area under the graph of GT is greater than FT.
Yeah. So there is you get your 2 marks. Hello, class, do you get me? Because the area is bigger, so the probability is higher. You don't even have to count. Okay, the area under the probability density bounded by the probability density function for the foot queue is greater than the area bounded by the probability density function for the entry queue. So therefore, so that will make up your question 10, which is 15 marks. Yeah. So I only owe you with question 2, 3, 5, and 8. So we will discuss that tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, class. So far, how is your score? So after tomorrow, I will give you the full marking scheme. Okay, I'll give you the full marking scheme, and you can check on that. Okay, any further question? If not, thank you, class.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Miss.
Yes,
Miss,
yes.
I want to ask about the overestimate.
Overestimate and underestimate. Is it for
Yeah.
the